message to the number 077981981 or if you go na Radio Democracy Facebook page. The program na media showing the come to you live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Inside the program now, we go start to look at issue. One High Court judge, Justice Mageba, don't sentence Umaro for go 20-year jail after the court found him guilty for unlawful possession of drugs. For more on this, Studio Arena Guna reports.
The 6-pointer from the Chief Justice clear to all judge for take one road, any case but Kush or any other illegal drug case wey reach na den table. Section 8A of the National Drugs Control Act of 2008, Act number 10 say anybody wey hold drug and not get paper for am go against the country in law. According to police, July 1st, 2025, na both district police during the raid been catch the convict with 10.5 and 20.0 gram Kush wey e not get any authority for get am. After wey the clerk been read the 4-count charge them to ram wey get for do with 1 and 2 unlawful possession of drugs wey go against Section 8 of the National Drugs Control Act 2008. Count 3, police meet am with them whether they use for make drugs where they against Section 10 of the National Drugs Control Act 2008. On count 4, now that the accused go against Section 10A of the Drugs Act where they tap people not for get 10 years so for make drugs. After all this, the convict when Umaro been say e not guilty to them 4-count charge them yam and still believe all the thing them where is say na courts. Before this judgment, the defense counsel C.I. Williams, they don't tell the judge say if inclined gets bail, he not go get any problem for the Kamna court. But the prosecution team been say this na serious case where the judge need for use in power for keep the accused na cell so that he not go interfere with the evidence in this case. After over 3 appearances where the judge listened to witness them and serve police prosecutor, Usai Justice Mageba, don't give in ruling, Usai is say by the evidence them where he gets, the prosecution don't prove say the accused been commit this offense. After where it don't listen to the witness them and serve the accused in defense team, not be able prove say the substance where them fen not to Kush. Now for sake of this make, Justice Mageba say he found the accused guilty on counts 1 and 2 and they send on 20-year jail. Now the main correctional center. As all this they been a court, Justice Sir Elogoma Kekura na High Court don't sentence one Almami Kamago 8-year jail for where the courts found and guilty for housebreaking and larceny. The convict be the tinap na High Court for answer to 1-count charge we gets for do with housebreaking and larceny, contrary to Section 26(1) of the Larceny Act 1916. According to the indictment na that June 1st, 2025, na Masori Village Samuchi Chiefdom Cambia District, na the northwest region of the Republic of Sierra Leone, he been broke and entered the dwelling house of one Ibrahim Sori Fofana and thieving property that will cost 8,000 leons. The convict been plead guilty of the offense against Sam. The convict not been get any legal representation and he been beg the judge for tamper justice with mercy per Ram. After where he don't listen to Ram, make the judge, Justice Sir Elogima Kekura, been say the convict not be waste the court in time and say he don't beg for mercy and the sentence and for go 8-year jail. Now the main correctional center na Cambia. For Radio Democracy, me na Theodore Arena the report.
The program na media show they come to you live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Yourself can be part of the program by way I go send a comment or text message to the number 077981981 or if you go to Radio Democracy Facebook page. Inside the program, we will continue for look at another issue. The Chief Executive Officer of Shouts Climate Change Africa, John Asibod, say the West Africa International Climate Conference where then they plan for get next year and for see how West African country them go come together for discuss what thing where they unbug the environment. John Asibod talked this inside one engagement where Shouts Climate Change Africa all with some journalists them for give them updates what's the thing where don't they for address climate change issue them and the Western Area International Climate Conference 2026. For more on this, make we join reporter Sonia Bell.
Like plenty non-government organization them where they work for protect the environment from team where they hamburger. Shout Climate Change Africa. Now one we don't advocate to community people them for change them attitude and behavior towards the environment as well for let them tap for throw dirty in a gutter. Cut thick without no plant other one. Where that go help for protect the environment from climate change issue them like flooding and sea level rise. Now for sake of this make this BNTM Shout Climate Change Africa all one engagement with some journalists then. Forgive updates but the role where they done they play per climate change business and the West Africa International Climate Conference YCON 2026 where then they plan for all. The Chief Executive Officer and Founder for Shout Climate Change Africa, John Asibo, first up for the purpose of the YCON 2026.
The West Africa International Climate Conference. It is a platform that we, as an organization, Shout Climate Change Africa, and in partnership with the Ministry of the Environment and Climate Change, has designed to bring climate solution to West Africa and the world at large. Why YCON? To come together as a region with one voice to fight against climate change challenges.
The facilitator for this engagement, Chris Paul Otegbe, talk about some party team them where Shout Climate Change done they do for address climate change issue them na salon.
Provide technical assistance to citizens and communities to improve their natural environment by planting trees and caring for their environment, including the forests. And also we listen to people and respond to their diverse needs in making decisions for sustainable environmental management. In 2015, we made donation of food and non-food items, including toiletries and clothing, to flood victims. 2 years later, 2017 August, during the Freetown Month flight, we made donation of food and non-food items to victims and also engaged in tree planting ceremony and engaged community stakeholders on disaster management. Then we had the World Tree Planting Day, where we planted trees in disaster-prone communities by way of raising World Tree Planting Day.
Chris Paul Otegbe continue for talk about why it important for protect the environment.
Proper waste management challenges cut across all countries. Or control deforestation through logging, slash and burning primitive agricultural practices. Or control wildfire destruction of vast land that is gradually turning some forest land into savanna and some savanna land into the desert, if not urgently addressed. The annual summers and rainy season beach invasion of seaweeds that have surfaced over the last 15 years and uncontrollably growing in each coastal country of our region.
Shout Climate Change Africa and for call on ECOWAS, African Union, World Bank and other international development partners them for come together and support them with couple for sake of the West Africa International Climate Conference 2026 as well for getting to sustainable regional climate solution for the Society for Radio Democracy. Mina Sonia Bell, the report.
The program now made show it come to you live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And inside the program, I want to welcome a studio guest winner Zainab Favor Kamara in our one panel staff then Defense for Children Leone. As in there so today for talk about the 16 days of activism and the role way Defense for Children not a play for protect and advocate for beginning safety and rights. Well, with that, I want to say good afternoon and welcome to the program midday show.
Yeah, good afternoon and good afternoon, listeners.
Okay. The program na me dey show it come to you live from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Remember, say yourself can be part of the program by way you go send a comment or text message to the number 077981981, 077981981, and the number where you go call, where you go text and be part of the program. Well, inside the program now, we dey look at another issue. The regional program coordinator na Rainbow Initiative na the Southeast, Fatu Favor Fumba Pine say inside 2025, the center registered over 500 sexual and gender-based violence cases in Abo district. In talk this inside one meeting with European Union Rukman where EU boss start 2025 go work on Abo district for know the work where Rainbow Initiative done they do for fight against sexual and gender-based violence in Abo district. Well, for more on this, make we join reporter Alaji Jalo.
Plenty time deprived community dem na Salone don dey face serious challenge for tap sexual gender-based violence among women and girl pikin dem, wey dis don dey hamburg the future for girl pikin dem na rural community dem. Usai plenty ki suffer from sexual assault, hard labor and plenty other one dem. With this, for help government tap dem challenge the year wey rural community people dey face, make the European Union delegation at Salone through Rainbow Initiative they support victim them with couple capacity training and self-counseling woman and girl pikin them where they go through sexual gender-based violence na Salone. Where in the talk, the island ambassador na Salone, Patrick Joseph McMunoz, talk about the reason we make them support Rainbow Initiative for tap sexual gender-based violence na Salone.
16 days of action against gender-based violence is a global movement to see some of the partners, EU partners and the Irish partners that are working together in the area of gender-based violence. So it's been really illuminating for me and humbling and inspiring at the same time to see the work that's happening on the ground in the area of women's empowerment, and particularly trying to promote a culture to stand up against gender-based violence. Ireland has been supporting the Rainbow Centres for many, many years now in Sierra Leone, and we're very proud to do that because they work so well together with government, departments of government, the Ministry of Gender, Ministry of Health, and the Police and the Family Support Centre to provide an all-in service to sexual and gender-based violence in this area in particular and right across the country.
As Rainbow Initiative Centre, na the body we don dey work tranga one for see say dem support victim dem on sexual gender-based violence and whole community engagement, raise awareness for tap sexual gender-based violence na Salone. Make the regional program coordinator Southeast na Rainbow Centre Fatu Favor Fumba Pine talk about the case dem wey dem don dey record na Rainbow Initiative Centre na Bo district.
We dey get more than 500 per year. Sometimes then they per day we can get cases 5, 6. The smallest number of cases we can see per day na 2 or 3. Now the region we don't see say we really don't they make progress, especially for sexual assault. These are issues where we don't they kill woman then slowly, they kill girl pikin then slowly because people not get confidence for talking about her. But with we intervention in collaboration and coordination with the line ministries and other GBV partners, we don't see a progress wherein people have confidence now for report these issues. Stakeholders are now committed to work with us to make sure say we eliminate gender-based violence now with this state.
Fatu Favor Fumba Pine continue for talk about the support where European Union and Ireland don dey give them for reduce sexual gender-based violence na both districts.
The EU and the Irish aid projects also give you opportunity for let we support the one-stop centers and really strengthen them also with training capacity building. They also give you money for let we give to communities also they operate where we call them livelihood support. EU in give you for 3 years, it give you 3,600 euro for let we cover for these 4 years where they don't give you. And Irish aid in give you 1,650 euro for let we cover the 3.5 years.
With this, I be meet and talk with some comrades them where them picking them suffer from sexual gender-based violence and ask them how situation don turn like for them picking them and at this time be get for say.
And be underage pikin, we dey around 16. We go, we say not when get the belly. But now we decide for take on a police. But one me auntie dey, I say we look higher because Rebo Center they can help with them case and they. Now we can Rebo Center. Okay, they attend to we find they able render the help give we help we put our school back. They give we 5,000 way for lunch and for help the doll baby when sick.
Osana Bomi Piki, I left him Piki with the small brother, so they go to school. So based on that, Naimi Piki say, talk say, they go find me and the village will start this. On the way going, according to the Piki in statement, meet up one man, the man asks him if Usa they go. Now he tell and say, well, now by man they go. And then papa they work, so they go find out. Now the man tell and say, they say, well, papa now all the work. I say, Kalo go. So where they go now, now he enter out and a bush, he go rape him. But really, the man will not see him. He hide and take the minus against him, Piki now be 14 years.
Then Comrade end up hotel thank you to Rainbow Initiative Center and the European Union delegation and Salon for the support where they give to them picking them and self-call on government for punish people them where they commit sexual gender-based violence na Salon for the Society for Radio Democracy. Me, na Alaji Jalo. They report.
The program na made show it come to life from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And as I've been told this my studio guest earlier when I Zainab Favor Kamara in a one pan the staff then our Defense for Children Sierra Leone. As in the also today for talk about the 16 days of activism and self the whole way Defense for Children only play for protect and advocate for girl picking and safety and rights in the country. Well, good afternoon again and welcome to the program.
And good afternoon, listeners.
Okay, so before we can look at the role one and the play on the 16 days of activism, take me through the mandates of Defense for Children Sierra Leone.
So part of we work na Defense for Children, we in our organization are a non-governmental organization where they ensure say we protect picking them and then we protect women and girl picking them as well. So we get different projects that we run as an organization, and we get different things that we do. And part of the thing and the way they do, we ensure say we dey together with picking them where they can dey against the law and where they can also be victim of the law. So the service that we can provide, we can ensure say we provide psychosocial service to them, and we can also ensure say even when they're in detention centers, them we can go around there and monitor them centers then there and also provide life skills to them and talk to them. And the one that when they can be victim, you know, say many a times where they can come in contact with the juvenile justice system, then it can get beaucoup people way be say they're not able to understand court system. So we as an organization we can ensure say we go around for go guide them through the processes, and especially if we get cases where they for do with sexual assault, we ensure say then kind case then we give the victim courage for they not give up, because sometimes the court system make it really tedious for them and they're not able to understand that. And also with the work we get different projects that we can also implement at community level, wherein we work with adolescent girls them and we provide for them life skills, we can engage community stakeholders them, and we also can work with service providers them for ensure say the services the way that they provide be accessible to girl picking them as well as picking them.
Okay, you talk about life skills and training one of the kids to girl picking. What are some of them skills then?
Well, their life skills there. So now inside these life skills where they talk about, we can teach the picking them positive decision making. We can teach them sexual reproduction. We can teach them also child abuse, because we want at the end of the day let them able for recognize within abuse, let them able for identify, and also we teach them how to respond to the abuse there. So in case they abuse them in any level, whether at school or house. So now then we can do mainly under we life skill component where we get.
Okay, so let's look at some of the rights that we picking and get in a salon.
And some of the rights that we picking and get in a salon, and then get the right for we as big people them we not abuse them, because we as big people and we for protect the picking them. And also you get the picking gets the right for live. It gets the right for survive, not go through any abuse as picking, because at the end of the day now we just get for protect them.
Abuse in what way?
Abuse can be in different way. It can be physical abuse, it can be sexual abuse, it can even be online abuse, just like how we see the 16 days of activism, the theme way they for this year when end digital violence against women and girls. So abuse can be in every different form. There are certain things, even if you beat you picking, than in a physical abuse. Even you as Kombra, you for take care of your pikin, now your responsibility for take care of your pikin, but that pikin you not good for take care of her, you neglect her. You know they provide for her in basic needs. Then they self na abuse. And another way back emotionally Kombra then can abuse them pikin there. So now the different way than this way then can abuse them pikin there. Where we as an organization we can go around and teach them pikin there also say this then thing they also way that they do to them, not to tradition, not to see where supposed for happen to them. Now abuse that they abuse they like them.
Okay. So what's in the goal way defense for children certainly not a play like in terms of picking away normally they see underage picking then a streets they sell then how una can intervene and for sister una talk to the Komra or save the guidance for that picking day.
Okay, so like when it comes to street picking them, we as an organization, we not get a shelter wherein if we meet picking a street, we they take and say, okay, logo put on our shelter. So as NGO organization, we get a network where if we come across then such kind cases them, we can refer them cases then to organizations them, we're responsible for the street picking then day. But in situation where we can come in terms we can provide mediation service to that picking then day. Some of them picking then day, now picking them will be say them parents then can they upline. You get post where they go upline, you go take them, you say I can I can send them school, but wake out I know they do that they can get a market for they sell. So we can come in as an organization, we do family tracing for that picking day and try for tracing family there wherever outside they. Now I make the organization not just limited to Fleet and we operate in the provinces then, so we get office them, we get staff them where they all over the district them. So we can do family tracing for that picking day and tracing family and tell and say now this and this they happen to you picking. So in an event where in them picking and they sometimes they're not keen them family members then maybe they don't go their life, their mama or papa not go their life. Now then and then we can find interim care for them. Like we can link up with Don Bosco for lay, then taking them picking and then other organizations them way they provide shelters for them picking and they.
Okay. So now look at for picking away they can sexually penetrate. How defense for children don't they workforce say them picking and they in terms of representation at court, treatment, psychosocial support and other things them.
So when it comes to sexual penetration, that in a state case, now government case. So so we're not able for we not provide legal service as in say we go find lawyer for the picking. However, what we can do where we can go to court, we they go advocate or try for lays with the lawyers them or we go to legal aid system. If for example this case here don't happen but there is no assigned lawyer to that case there, we can take the lead for going to legal aid and talk say we get this particular case we don't identify but this case here up till now you know come up with or for example in case then the working day during that investigation stage where it then at the police force and then can send them case then they go to DPP for advice. So in an event we can get certain situations then where then files then they can delay you know they can quick. So as an organization we can do advocacy like we can go in our office to the DPP and the people concerned for go try for tell them say we get so case we don't come to una way about so picking and so teenage but this file here so up till now we know return to the police date. So where we can do that now then now the DPP can go ahead for like fast track the process for later able for send them files then they don't to the police and eventually they refer them files then in a court.
Okay.
Yes.
Continue for the treatment at the program. In name now Zainab Favor Kamara. And I want pan the staff then our defense for children Sierra as in the also today for talk about the 16 days of activism and self the whole way defense for children on the play for protect and advocate for girl picking and safety and rights in the country. The program now made a show it comes to life from the Society for Early Democracy 98.1 FM. Well inside the program now we will look at another issue. According to the latest World Bank report on energy, now about 36% of Salon people get access to light, and this means say almost 60% of the population still live without electricity. This make government inside the past year them don't they look for the